Mustang Baseball is on the air here on Morgan County's B106 KPRB Brush Fort Morgan. I'm Jeremy Weathers in for John Beltran today, who's just a couple of miles down the street from me calling a Brush Beat Diggers baseball game. Mustangs taking on Skyview, the Wolverines here this afternoon, trying to put down the Wolverines for the second time this season and continue their undefeated year here so far in the 2013 season. Let's give you the Mustang lineup. It's brought to you by Blowdown Lumber at blowdownlumber.com. You can browse the virtual showroom, view the current sales flyer, complete a credit application, and shop the entire inventory online. Doesn't matter if you're a contractor or painting your kitchen at Blowdown Lumber, you'll get the same friendly service and advice to make your job easier. Friendly place, serious service, that's Blowdown Lumber. Well, let's take a look at the batting lineup for the Fort Morgan Mustangs here to start things off. David Mendez will lead things off, and he'll be playing shortstop. Yuli Hernandez will bat second and pitch. Michelle Franco is going to be at third base. James Martin's in the cleanup spot behind the plate this afternoon. Wes Anderson, the DH, in the 5 spot. Jared Boehm will be at first base. Jacob Frick in right field. Tony Zwetzig at second base. And rounding out the batting order for the Fort Morgan Mustangs, River Barton is in left field. Taking a look at the defense here for the Skyview Wolverines in the outfield from left to right. Villar is in the left field, and I just have last names here. Beltran in center field, and Esparza in right field. Infield from left to right, Ortega is at third base. The shortstops, Isaac Martinez, the second baseman, is not on the batting order, so I'll have to get that. He's being DH for. I'll get you him in just a second. First baseman is Pacheco, and behind the plate is Balderrama, the catcher, and pitching Alcala. Left-hander is getting warmed up and ready to go, and for the Fort Morgan Mustangs, we are just about ready to go. David Mendez is going to be digging into that right-handed batter's box to lead things off. Taking a look at Mendez's numbers here so far for the season, comes into this game with a .303 batting average, 41 plate appearances so far this year, 33 official at-bats, and he has scored 13 runs here on the season. Skyview wearing the white uniforms with the black pinstripes, and Mustangs in the road grays. Alcala out of the full windup. The first pitch comes home, delivered outside for ball one. That first pitch brought to you by Ingmar Phillips Insurance, the 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. Ingmar Phillips can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or needs. Second pitch comes in low, and the count quickly moves 2-0 on David Mendez. Mendez quickly back into the box and ready to roll. Alcala for Skyview will come out of the full windup, fires home, hits off the edge, and the count's 3-0. We're here in Thornton, Colorado here this afternoon, just north of 84th Avenue. This ball field tucked in behind everything, kind of hard to find. There's a pitch that hits right on the knees. The 3-0 is called strike one. So the count moves to 3-1. Give you some pitching numbers for Alcala here in just a moment. Here's the ground ball, stays down on the ground on the shortstop right between the wickets, and on the error, David Mendez is going to get to first base. So Mendez reaches on the error by the shortstop, Isaac Martinez. And so the Mustangs in business here. Catcher gives the steal signs, and that brings now to the plate Yuli Hernandez, the pitcher. The right-handed batter in the box. Here's Alcala coming out of the stretch. It's right on the inside corner, right on the letters. That is called strike one. Third baseman for Skyview creeping in. Ortega well inside the third base bag, almost in on the grass. Here's the ball down low, dug out nicely by the catcher. Count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. Alcala comes into this game with a 3.82 earned run average. Runner going, they've got the pickoff move on, throw down to second base, and he is under it. He's safe. Mendez got picked off. He was heading to second base, and a nice move by Alcala to throw to first. but the first baseman's throw not in time, and so it is a stolen base for Mendez. Mendez could have been picked off. Now he's in scoring position. This pitch delivered up just above the letters. Count moves to 2 balls and a strike. Mendez makes his way out to his lead at second base. Second baseman covering. Now he creeps back into position. Alcala fires home outside, and the count moves to 3-1 on Yuli Hernandez. Top of the first inning here at Skyview High School, Fort Morgan Mustangs here on Morgan County's B106. There's a fastball delivered outside, and that is ball 4. So put runners on first and second now. Franco steps up. He shows bunt, but the fastball comes in high, pulled back for ball 1. Looking at Franco's numbers, got a .269 batting average here through the first 10 games of the season. Takes a cut and fouls it off his front leg, and that can't feel good at all. Franco has 8 RBIs so far in 10 games. So the count even, 1 ball, 1 strike, with runners on first and second. Mendez on second, Hernandez is at first. Franco at the plate with a 1-1 count. Nobody down here in the top of the first inning. Skyview pitcher comes out of the stretch again. Franco showing bunt, pulls it back, but that is a called strike on the outside corner. Right on the edge, not a pitch Franco wanted to bunt, so he pulled back. Cost him a strike. So the 1-2 pitch on the way from Alcala. A curveball, but it floats up high. Stays out of the zone, and the count will even 2-2. Mendez out to a pretty decent lead at second base. Alcala has not paid much attention to him at all. Here's a ball delivered way inside by the left-hander, and the count runs full. No, nobody out in the full count. See how Alcala delivers here. Pitch waved through and missed for strike 3, so there's out number 1. Franco, a strikeout victim for out number 1, and that'll bring up catcher James Martins. 1 down, 2 runners in scoring position. Martins, how about this? A .515 batting average, 17 hits, 17 RBIs in just 10 games. So the Mustangs could use him here. Runners are on the move. Pitch swung on and chopped foul over on the third base side. Mendez was moving from second base. The trailing runner, Hernandez, didn't get off to a start. Either he missed the sign or Mendez went on his own. So with an 0-1 count, Alcala will bring home out of the stretch. Here's a slow chopper, short base side, just past the pitcher. Shortstop is going to have no play. That's a swinging bunt and no opportunity for anybody to get there. Alcala may have had a chance to glove it, but I'm going to score that an infield hit. So that loads him up for Wes Anderson, the DH. The big lefty, 286 on the season, 6 runs batted in. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Alcala is going to come out of the full windup now with the bases loaded. Lefty versus lefty, and the fastball hits outside. Pitch delivered low, gets away from the catcher, slow roller away from him. Mendez is going to come around and score. So Mustangs have the first run on the board on the wild pitch. Julie Hernandez moves up to second. Hernandez moves to third. James Martin's at second. Moves the count up to 2 balls, no strikes. Still 2 runners in scoring position for Wes Anderson. Lefty right up on the plate. Swings through and misses. Moves the count to 2 balls and a strike. This game being heard, of course, here on Morgan County's B106. No webcast today. This pitch popped up foul behind us and out of play. On our sister station, 1010 KSIR, the Colorado Rockies home opener is on the air. The Rockies leading that game right now 5-1 in the top half of inning number 7. The Rockies leading in the home opener. And just a few miles down the road, the Brush Beat Diggers are taking on Thornton. Big curveball floats up just high on Anderson. Didn't miss by a lot, but the count will go full. That game can be heard on the internet only. It's a webcast only, KSIR.com. Tune in Brush Baseball. The payoff pitch swung on and hit hard but foul over on the first base side. Anderson yanked it down the line. He one-hopped it foul. So the count will remain full. Taking our time making it through the top half of inning number 1. Alcala out of the stretch, or out of the full windup. Brings it home, ball 4. So that's going to load him up again. And that'll bring up Jarrett Bohm, the first baseman. Bohm, 346 batting average, got a dozen RBIs, 9 hits this year, scored 10 runs. See what he does with the bases loaded, still just 1 down here. The 6th man to come to the plate here in the top of the first inning. Alcala will deliver out of the full windup with the bases loaded. This pitch catches that inside corner for called strike 1. David Mendez has come around, reached on an error by the shortstop, stole second base, ended up scoring on a wild pitch. Julie Hernandez at third. James Martin's at second. Wes Anderson at first. Here's the fastball, delivered outside for ball 1. Count evens up, a ball and a strike. Alcala out of the full windup. This fastball hits outside. Count moves 2-1. Nice afternoon for baseball here. Mostly overcast skies. Definitely not too hot, but no wind. Pretty calm afternoon. Here's a chopper up to the shortstop. Waits for it. Throws to second for the first out. Tries to go to first. Not in time. Run will score. So Bohm will reach on the fielder's choice. Julie Hernandez comes around to score run number 2. Martins moves to second. And runners on first and third now with 2 down for Jacob Frick. Frick, the right fielder, 375 batting average. Got 10 RBIs, 9 hits this season. Check the runner at first base, and he's back safely. Take a look at some base running numbers here if I can get them before this next pitch. Out of stretch, pitch is delivered for a ball to Frick. Looks like Bohm does not have a stolen bag this year. Here's another slow chopper going to be cut off by a third baseman, only plays first base, and the stretch and the catch, they get the outs. 5-3 on the putout. Inning comes to a close, but the Fort Morgan Mustangs play 2 runs. They score 2. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Mustangs lead here on Morgan County's B106. And welcome back here to Skyview High School. Yuli Hernandez out there getting his warm-ups in, and he will go to the mound for the first time here this afternoon, already having a 2-run lead. Hernandez throwing a bunch of those submarine pitches in his warm-ups, and it'll be interesting to watch how he delivers throughout this game. Taking a look at some of those pitching numbers, looking at Hernandez, he comes in with a 1-0 record. He's had 6 appearances so far this year, a 2.27 earned run average. He's given up 6 runs on 9 hits. Only 4 of those runs were earned. He has walked 7, but he has struck out 16 here this season for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. So Hernandez comes up ready to pitch, and the first batter will be Balderrama, the catcher. Home plate umpire checks everybody, and we're ready to roll. Pitch delivered right on the letters. There is called strike 1. Hernandez out of the full windup, leans kind of off the side of the mound. This pitch is yanked out into left field, hit hard, long run, can't get there. Left fielder can't track it down, so that is going to be extra bases. Throw cut off as it heads into third base. Balderrama is going to lead it off with a double. Long run out there for the left fielder, River Barton, for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. He just couldn't track it down, so it's a leadoff double. And runner in scoring position right away. Tying run already to the plate here in the bottom half of the first inning. And that is the third baseman, Ortega, left-handed batter, stands in there. He's showing bunt. Pitch tails outside on the lefty for ball 1. And check that runner at second base. The long toss over there, and diving back in, Balderrama is safe. That was a pretty close play. Here's the bunt, and fielded by Hernandez. The only play first base, they get him, but that does advance the runner. So a sacrifice bunt by Ortega moves Balderrama over to third base with 1 out. That'll bring up Chavez, the designated hitter. Hernandez fires home. A lot of spin on that ball, and he gets it to drop in for a strike. Pitch delivered down just low, and the count will even up 1-1. Hernandez taking his time, gets himself ready to roll, and out of the full windup, fires home. This one hits straight back up the middle, and catch is going to be made by the center fielder. No tag. Runner Balderrama at third base was not tagging, but a nice play made out there by Becerra, the center fielder. Came charging in, and he makes the catch. So now there are 2 down, and that brings up Pacheco, the first baseman. They're going to give him the intentional pass. So we'll give Pacheco, the intentional walk, move him to first base, and that'll bring up Villar, the left fielder. So Hernandez will work out of the stretch. Big spinner drops just out of the zone for ball 1. Hernandez, with that submarine delivery, gets a ton of movement on his pitches. Very short lead by the runner out of first base. Here's the ball slapped down into center field, going one hop in front of Matera. And the two second base hit of the game. Villar gets a single. And runners at first and second. Isaac Martinez, the shortstop, comes to the plate now. So the Mustangs have a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the first inning, but Skyview trying to answer. Big bender dives way out of the zone. Martins has to go diving out into the left-handed batter's box to save that one. The 1-0 pitch. Amelia Hernandez, another bender, and that one falls in. The count evens 1-1. For Skyview, they've got Pacheco at second base, Villar at first. And Martinez, the shortstop, at the plate. Hernandez fires home, fastball hits outside. Count moves 2-1. 2 balls and a strike, and there's 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Mustangs put 2 across in the top of the first. There's a pitch delivered just out, or just low, I guess, and the count will move to 3 balls and a strike. Hernandez gets his sign out of the stretch. This pitch is hit high into left field. Long time to track it down, but can't be out underneath it. And making the catch is River Barton for out number 3. So a couple runners making on base, nobody across. Mustangs lead 2-0 at the end of 1 here on Morgan County's B106. 8-9-1 in the batting lineup for the Mustangs as they lead off the top half of inning number 2. They lead in the game. The score is 2-0 after 1. Mustangs, again, coming into this game undefeated. 10-0 here this season. They've already beaten this team once so far. Alcala will continue on the hill for Skyview, the left-hander getting ready to roll. Tony Zwetzig, the second baseman, digs into the right-handed batter's box. We're ready to go in the top half of inning number 2. Fastball hits all in the outside corner. That's called strike 1. Zwetzig with his pockets pulled out on his pants, looks at pitch outside. Count evens 1-1. Infield creeping in, and the fastball delivered outside. There's ball 2. First and third for Skyview. Continuing to creep in. They're already playing almost even with the bag and making it near the grass on the pitch. There's a fastball that misses just off the edge, and the count for Zwetzig goes to 3-1. Alcala taking his time. Long, thin lefty brings it home. Delivers about head high, and that is ball 4. So the Mustangs have another base runner aboard. River Barton, the left fielder, will come to the plate for the first time here in the ball game. Barton had a double hit near him and then made a play earlier. Tries to stab a bunt here, but he catches it off the cap of the bat and fouls it off for strike 1. See if we can find some numbers for Barton. Just 6 at-bats here so far this year, and 1 hit. Takes a look at the ball. The count evens 1-1. Barton gets the signs. Third baseman for Skyview already in on the grass. Check to the runner, and he is back safely. Dwessig didn't have much of a lead at all. 2 steps back, and he's there easily. Outfielders playing pretty deep. Barton was showing bunt and didn't pull it back. And that is strike 2. Like he stabbed and missed. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Alcala, another pickoff move. They've got the runner again. This time they've got him by a mile. So that's 1-3-4 on the pickoff. We're out number 1. They had Mendez picked off in the first inning, but he was able to beat the throw to second base. Not so much for Zwetzig this time, so that's 1 out. And the count remains a ball and 2 strikes to River Barton. This pitch swung on, chopper to third baseman. He takes it off the chest, finds it, long toss, just in time. Good dig by the first baseman. Mustang faithful thought maybe he bobbled it, and he may have, but he came up confident anyway and got the play. So it ends up being 5-3 on the putout for 2 down. That gets the Mustangs back to the top of the order in David Mendez. Mendez reached on an error by the shortstop, hit a ball, a worm burner that stayed right on the ground, and went right underneath the glove of the shortstop. Takes a look at the strike right at the knees. Alcala fires home, and this one well inside and bounces off the catcher, ends up in the backstop. And the count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. And we've got Brush Beat Digger Baseball online at KSIR.com. No webcast of this one today. Here's a swing and a chopper. Nice stab by the third baseman. Knocks it down, but he's not going to be able to throw. So that's an infield hit. That's an infield hit for David Mendez. The third baseman playing in on the grass, and he dove to his right, stopped it, but by the time he got up, he didn't have a chance to throw. So, Mustangs have a runner on again for the second time this inning, and now Hernandez comes up, drew a walk his last time, came around and scored. See if the pitcher can help himself out here. Alcala has a decent move to first base. Got 1 pickoff and nearly picked off David Mendez in that last inning. Pitch delivered for a ball. Here's the 1-0. And he'll check the runner at first base. David Mendez back easily. Alcala out of the stretch. Gonna fire home. This one delivered up high. The count will move 2-0. Alcala taking his time, works the baseball over behind the mound, and then steps up onto the rubber. He'll fire home. Big swing by Hernandez, and he comes up empty. Count moves to 2 balls and a strike. 2 down here in the top of the second inning. Fort Morgan leads at 2-0. The move to first base, and David Mendez had not strayed very far. He's back easily. Now Mendez is going. The pitch way up high is almost a pitch out. The throw down to second base, and Mendez is under it. Got a stolen bag. That's his second of the game. Pitch was ball 3 to Hernandez. That is 9 stolen bases now on the season for David Mendez. He's in scoring position now for Yuli Hernandez. Hernandez waves and misses. And the count will go full. So a 2 down, full count here. Skyview pitcher brings it home. Big curveball waved at and missed for strike 3 by Hernandez. So a couple runners on board, but the Mustangs can't cash it in the second. They lead it, though, 2-0, coming to the bottom of the second after this on Morgan County's B106. The Mustangs lead 2-0 here at Skyview High School. We're heading into the bottom half of inning number 2. Yuli Hernandez, while he did face 6 batters here in the top of the first inning, or the bottom of the first inning, he was pretty efficient, only 13 pitches against those 6 batters. Did give up a couple of hits and a couple of balls hit hard. Bottom of the order down here, the left-handed hitting pitcher, Alcala, is up there. Takes a look at a pitch right on the edge for strike one. Hernandez just kind of painted the outside corner there. Hits the exact same spot again for strike two. He is throwing a big submarine. He's almost fallen off the mound. His arm is so far upside down when he throws it. This pitch waved at and missed for strike three. So 1, 2, 3, down goes Alcala for out number one. See if Yuli Hernandez can keep painting the corner like that. Center fielder Beltran comes to the plate. Curveball. Thought that pitch was going to hit Beltran, but it did bend in finally, but it stayed too far inside for ball one. Beltran waited on it as long as he could. Cuts through this one and misses for strike one. Count evens 1-1. Hernandez changing speeds pretty well. There's a base hit through the left side for Beltran. Right in between Mendez and Franco. No chance for either of those guys. Third hit of the ball game for Skyview. Mustangs have been able to keep them from turning those hits into runs, though. Bottom of the order, Esparza comes to the plate with one down. Hernandez out of the stretch. Here comes the bunt. Slow roller. Pitcher Hernandez has it. Only plays first base. He's got it. 1-3 on the put-out does advance the runner. Two down and a runner in scoring position now. And that'll bring up top of the order in Balderrama. Balderrama's last time up, he absolutely smoked the ball into left field. River Barton, heading toward the line to try and get to it, couldn't get there. So now he's playing about 4 steps closer to the line than he was the last time. Hernandez delivers the big bender, and a nice job by the catcher Martins to keep that in front of him. That's ball one. Beltran out to his lead at second base. Pitch hit off the handle, and the shortstop's going to make the play. The catch made by David Mendez. The inning is over, and once again, runners aboard for Skyview, but they can't plate them. So Mustangs lead after 2-0 here on Morgan County's B106. Welcome back to Mustang Baseball here on Morgan County's B106. I'm Jeremy Weathers. John Beltran, just a couple of miles away. He's calling the Brush Beat Diggers. The Beat Diggers are playing against Thornton High School. That game can be heard live on KSIR.com. And on our sister station, 1010 KSIR, Colorado Rockies are on with their home opener. They lead that one by a score of 5-2 in the middle of the 8th inning there. Here at Skyview High School, the Mustangs lead 2-0. 10 games played, 10 wins for the Mustangs here this season. And off to a lead in this one against a team they've already defeated this year. Printed out the schedule, but the scores of the completed games didn't print, so I can't tell you the score of that game that Fort Morgan won against Skyview before. Valley View Villa, stop in and look at Valley View Villa for rehab, short or long-term care needs. 815 Fremont, or call them 867-8261. Pitches a called strike to Mitchell Franco. 3-4-5 in the batting order for the Mustangs here in the top half of inning number 3. Alcala fires home again. This one hits low, and the count evens up. 1 ball and 1 strike. B&B Appliance at 502 Ensign in Fort Morgan. They can help you save water, energy, and the environment without sacrificing quality and performance. Change for the better with a B&B Appliance. Alcala out of the full windup. Franco at the plate, waits for the 1-1 pitch. Chopper right back to Alcala. Waits for it, takes his time, throws to first, and there is out number 1. So with 1 down, that'll bring up James Martins. Martins coming up for the second time in the ball game. His last time up, he singled. Made it as far as third base. Well, Martin's in that right-handed batter's box, ready to go. Alcala fires home. This one popped up sky high. Pitcher calls for it himself. That's one of the no-nos of baseball, but he does make the play. First baseman is trying to call him off, but Alcala wouldn't let him. So 2 quick outs here in the third inning. And that'll bring up Wes Anderson. Anderson's last time up, he drew a walk and then was erased on a fielder's choice. First pitch hits way outside for ball 1. Platte Valley Hearing Center, you don't have to travel out of town to receive the best and most advanced hearing health care. Visit Platte Valley Hearing Center at 409 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Fastball floats up high for ball 2. Count 2-0. 2 down here in the top half of inning number 3. Sun has popped out. Mostly overcast skies, but just a little patch of blue where the sun is right now. There's a pitch inside, and Anderson's going to take it off the right kidney. So he'll move over to first base after being hit by the pitch. And that'll bring Jared Bohm to the plate. They're checking on Anderson to make sure he's okay. Took that one pretty much right on the kidney. Not a great spot to get hit. Looks like he is going to be all right. Umpires will head back to their positions. We'll be ready to continue. Alcala settles into a stretch, checks the runner, and he'll fire home. Fastball just outside. Catcher trying to pull that in, but he can't quite frame that up to get the called strike. Anderson going to need to be careful on first base. Mustangs have struggled while on first base. Alcala, pretty good move over there. He's going to check the runner, and Anderson's back safely. Here's a pitch delivered low. And the count will move 2-0. Bohm's last time up, he hit a ground ball off shortstop. Hit into a fielder's choice. That's the pitch that erased Wes Anderson from the base pass. Alcala out of the stretch. Gonna check the runner again. He's back safe. I'm not sure how well you can hear that in the microphone, but all of the dugout and most of the stands all in unison shouting, "Back!" Alcala brings home for Skyview. Right on the knees, called strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. Checks in, gets his sign. Anderson off again, short lead at first base. Curveball comes home and bends back in on the right-hander. Started outside and comes in and finishes for a strike. Evens the count, 2-2. We're in the top half of inning number 3. The Mustangs leading here at Skyview High School 2-0. Alcala brings another curveball in, and that drops down in for strike 3. That is a great pitch, tough against Jared Bohm. He looks at strike 3. So the Mustangs get another one on, but can't score. We'll go to the bottom of inning number 3. We're back after this. Mustangs lead at 2-0 on Morgan County's B106. Yuli Hernandez brings a ball home right on the outside corner for strike 1 in the bottom half of inning number 3. At the plate, Ortega, the third baseman for Skyview, pitching the same spot, is slapped foul. Long run out there for the third baseman, Franco. There's no way he's going to get to that out in foul territory. So that'll be strike 2. The count moves quickly 0-2. 22 pitches delivered in the first 2 innings by Franco. He's given up 3 hits, but no runs. This ball again popped up on the left side. Long run for the catcher. And he's going to get close, but not quite. Martin's all the way out in front of the dugout. There's a pretty expansive foul territory here. A lot of room out in foul territory, but that just means a long run for the infielders. Count remains 0-2. Hernandez fires home. This one kind of got away from him, and Martins has to make a diving stab to catch it. So the count will move to a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 on the way. Curveball, Gallstat, kind of a defensive swing by Arteaga. I think if he didn't swing, that pitch was probably going to hit him. So the count remains 1-2. It's for sure spring, but it might be summer. You might be able to hear those bells in the background. The ice cream bicycle is here. The ice cream cart is here. Life is good. Pitch on the way, delivered way outside. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch on the way to the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Waved at and missed for strike 3. Hernandez gets the K. That is just his 2nd of the ball game. And that'll bring up Chavez, the designated hitter. His last time up, he had a pretty crisp fly ball out to Becerra, but he made the catch. Becerra, a long run to make the fly ball out. Another curveball waved through and missed for strike 1. Ackley Building Center is your one-stop shop for projects around your home, office, or yard, and they now carry appliances. Ackley Building Center at 1402 Mill Street in Brush. Again, a ball hammered out into center field, but Becerra takes in 2 steps and makes the catch. Well, there's out number 2. And with 2 down, that'll bring up Pacheco. Pacheco was intentionally walked his last time. And that's because he has a .467 batting average. And he takes a look. First pitch is a ball, I believe. Looked down at the stats and missed the pitch. There's a called strike. Scoreboard doesn't show us, so let's see if the home plate umpire, he's not going to give us a sign either. I think it's 1-1. Hernandez fires home. The bender, that ball, that submarine pitch, it curves up instead of down, so it curved up and out of the zone. So the count is now 1-2 on Pacheco. Pacheco was intentionally walked his last time. That move did pay off for the Mustangs. This one gets away, and the count will even 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Here in the bottom half of inning number 3. The 2-2. Curveball didn't break enough, and it stays inside. The count goes full. Hernandez out of the full windup. Kicks and fires. Swung on and hit just over the head of Franco, looped into left field for a single. So Pacheco will give the Skyview Wolverines another base runner, so they've had base runners in all 3 innings. And that will get Villar, the left fielder, to the plate. His last time up, he singled. Hit it straight back up the box. Just short of Becerra, he couldn't get into it. There's a slow chopper back to the pitcher, Hernandez. Clears it out to first base, and 1-3 on the putout, and that ends the inning. So another fairly quick inning. We'll go to the 4th. Mustangs lead at 2-0 here on Morgan County's B106. Here we go with the top half of inning number 4. The Mustangs have scored 2 runs on 2 hits. There's been 1 error by Skyview. The Mustangs have left 4 runners on base in those first 3 innings. No runs on 4 hits for Skyview. No Mustang errors. And 4 runners left on base for Skyview as well. At the plate, Jacob Frick. And he takes a look at strike 1. Frick's last time up, he hit a hard ground ball to third base. Hits a hard chopper to shortstop now. The long toss is bobbled by the first baseman, so Frick will reach on the error. That ball in the dirt by the shortstop, so we'll call it E6. Second error of the game on Skyview. The last time Skyview had an error, it gave the Mustangs a run. David Mendez started off the game reaching on an error, and he came around and scored. So Tony Zwetsig at the plate right now. He walked. Slow chopper to Alcala, the pitcher. He's going to go to second. They missed the tag. Second baseman tried to put the tag on. He was off the bag. And good hustle by Frick. I think he got smacked in the face by the tag, but he got under it. They call it safe. So Zwetsig will reach on the fielder's choice. So runners at first and second. And that'll bring up the left fielder, River Barton. Skyview coaches are coming to check it out just to talk with the field umpire to see the reason for the call. Looked like the tag may have been applied before he slid in, but he tagged up awfully high on the body, so it's possible his legs could have touched the base before the tag hit the helmet. Runners at first and second. River Barton, the left fielder, at the plate for Fort Morgan. He shows bunt, but the pitch is delivered way high. So that'll be ball one. Again, Mustangs leading this one 2-0 here in the top half, inning number 4. Got to check that runner at second base, and it was just a fake toss. Racing back, Frick's in there safely. It's River Barton in the top of the order for the Mustangs, leading at 2-0. No hold on the runner at first. Here's the bunt. Beautiful bunt over on the third base side. Bobbled by the pitcher, and he's got no play. That was a tremendous bunt by River Barton. Even if Alcala is able to get it, I don't know that he has the throw. I'm not sure how to score that. I guess I'm going to be generous and call that an infield hit. So the base is now juiced. And top of the order, David Mendez. Mendez has singled and reached on an error. Scored a run in the ballgame. 2 stolen bases. High chopper to third base. Coming home with it. They get the force. No chance to throw to first. So Mendez will reach on the fielder's choice. And Jacob Frick is thrown out at the plate. 5-2 for out number 1. Bases remain loaded, and pitcher Yuli Hernandez comes to the plate. See if the pitcher can help his cause. A walk and a strikeout for the Mustang pitcher. It's a chopper foul over on the third base side for strike 1. They'll track down a new baseball. Alcala continues on the hill for Skyview here in the 4th. This pitch delivered just outside, and the count evens. 1 ball, 1 strike. Buildings by Design in Brush takes pride in their workmanship and quality of their relationships with clients. For a free bid, call Pat Walter, 842-5837. Building today's business, Buildings by Design. Pitch swung through and missed for strike 2. Bases loaded with 1 down. Pitch down low. And that'll even up the count 2-2. Catcher for Skyview, a nice block. Keeps that ball in front of him. Keeps Tony Zwetsig from going anywhere. There's a foul ball chopped at the plate. It just dies in the batter's box. So we'll continue with the 2-2 count. Alcala bringing it out of the full windup. Fires home. Inside, that's ball 3. He thought it was ball 4. Hernandez wanted to head to first base, but the count now is full. Alcala taking his time. Here comes the payoff pitch. Bases juice with one down. Swung on, hard out into left field. That's going to go over the third baseman's head. One hopper to the wall. Mendez is hustling in, and he's going to score all the way from first. And he nearly caught River Barton. So that is a 3-run double for Yuli Hernandez, a huge hit. 3 RBIs, and that gives the Mustangs a 5-0 lead. David Mendez was flying around the bases once he saw that ball land. He was going to score no matter what if he had to run over River Barton to get there. So nice job by Yuli Hernandez to help out his cause. 5-0 for the Mustangs now. Michel Franco at the plate, and he looks at ball 1. Pitch delivered just off the edge for ball 2. You're listening to Mustang Baseball here on KPRB Brushford Morgan, Morgan County's B106. It's swung on and hit hard out in the left field. That's going to one hop in front of the left fielder to handcuff him. It'll go over his head. It's going to be a single plus an error. Going to go ahead and give the RBI. Hernandez comes around to score run number 6. Franco now at second base. That ball landed in front of the left fielder, but then bounced over his head. He's looking straight into the sun, so it's a tough position for him to be in, but he can't make the play. This field kind of sitting at a funny angle. It's home plate is in the northwest corner. Here's a ball fouled by Martins. Or strike 1. So we still only have 1 out, runner on second base. And here's Alcala out of the stretch. Delivers way up high for a ball. Count evens up 1-1. Franco off to his lead at second base. Pitch to Martins inside, and that's ball 2. Oh, excuse me. Made the call a little too early there. That is a called strike. So the ball and 2 strikes. Alcala works out of the stretch. Pitch swung on. Line drive to the third baseman. He makes the catch. No chance to get Franco back at second base, but a hard shot straight at the third baseman by Martins. And that's 2 down. So with 2 down, that'll bring up the designated hitter, Wes Anderson. Anderson's been to the plate twice in the ball game. He reached on a walk, and he was hit by a pitch. Pitch delivered low, and that's a ball. Anderson, the tall left-hander, ready to go. Nearly standing on home plate. He's crowding it. Pitch delivered outside for another ball. 8th man to come to the plate here in this inning. The Mustangs have put 4 runs across here in the top half of inning number 4. There's a called strike that hits on that outside corner. Count moves to 2 balls and a strike. Alcala out of the stretch, swung through and missed for strike 2. Anderson taking his time, gets settled back in. Big curveball, but it stays inside, and the count will go full to Anderson. Over on our sister station, 1010 KSIR, Colorado Rockies have won their home opener 5-2, the final score against the San Diego Padres. Brush Beat Diggers playing about a mile from here at Thornton High School. That game is online. You can hear it at KSIR.com. Here's ball 4. Second walk of the game to Wes Anderson. Ninth man to come to the plate will be Jared Bohm. Catcher wants to talk things over with Alcala. This inning's starting to get long. 9 men to the plate. Anderson has been to the plate 3 times, has been on all 3 times, still doesn't have an official at bat. Here's a pitch delivered up high for ball 1. Walked twice and hit by pitch. Nice for the on-base percentage, though. Alcala fires home. Chopper, third baseman. Takes the hard hop to throw over to first in time, and that'll end the inning. But 4 more runs come across for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. They lead it by a score of 6-0. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th right after this on Morgan County's B106. Welcome back here for the bottom half of inning number 4. The Fort Morgan Mustangs have increased the lead. A huge hit in there. Yuli Hernandez helping out his cause, a bases-clearing double. 3 RBIs on the play, and so he now goes out with a 6-run lead here in the bottom half of inning number 4. 6, 7, 8, 9 in the batting order for Skyview. That means Isaac Martinez will step out there. Looks at a curveball from Hernandez, called strike 1. Martinez last time up, he hit a fly ball out to left field, River Barton making the play. This pitch popped up on the right side. Right fielder camping underneath it. Jacob Frick makes the play. 2 pitches, 1 out. Taking a look at the pitch count here. 39 pitches. That was his 41st pitch of the ball game for Hernandez. A 6-0 lead for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. This pitch chopped over on the right side by Alcala, the pitcher, for strike 1. Tried to wait as long as he could on that curveball. Yuli Hernandez takes something off on a couple of those curveballs. They just come in slow. Same thing, but this one floats outside, and Alcala chases it out of the zone for strike 2. Yuli Hernandez already back on the rubber and ready to go, but Alcala not into the box yet. So now he resets, comes home, swings through and missed for strike 3. That's the second time in the ball game he struck out Alcala, and his 3rd of the ball game. That brings up Beltran, the first baseman. It's a good news, bad news weather situation. The sun has popped out. It's warmed up a little bit, but then the wind has started to show up. Not bad, just a light breeze. It's waved through and missed. Strike 1 to Beltran. He singled his last time. Skyview does have 4 hits in the ball game, but no runs to show for it. Pitch fouled at the plate for strike 2. Track down the baseball, and we'll get ready to go. Yuli Hernandez continues to work out of the full windup with the bases empty. Floats a curveball up and out of the zone for ball 1. The 1-2 on the way. If he dropped that in there, he did. The umpire making the slow call, but it is strike 3, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Mustangs. We'll go to the 5th inning. Fort Morgan leads at 6-0 here on Morgan County's B106. Mustangs lead by a score of 6-0 as we head into inning number 5. And it'll be Jacob Frick coming to the plate. He led off the 4th inning. He reached on an error, came around, and then was out at home on a force play with the bases loaded. So Frick 0 for 2 in the ball game, but he has reached. There's a pitch that catches the corner for strike one. Pitch delivered outside, and the count evens up, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 on the way to Frick, way outside, and the count will move to 2 balls and a strike. Alcala's starting to take his time here. He'll bring it home out of the full windup. Way inside, and the count moves to 3-1. Alcala really starting to take his time here on the hill. Fires home, swung on, chopped over to the shortstop, and he has that one go off the glove. And so Frick will reach for the second time on an error by the shortstop, Martinez. So Frick led off the fourth with an error, and he leads off the fifth reaching on an error. See if the Mustangs can tack on 4 more runs the way they did in that last inning. Tony Zwetzig comes to the plate. He reached on a fielder's choice his last time. There's a pitch called, strike one. Short lead out there for Frick at first base. Alcala stares him down, fires home inside, up around the helmet to Zwetzig. Zwetzig's been to the plate twice, and he has reached both times, walked and reached on the fielder's choice. There's a pitch down on the knees, and the count will move to a ball and 2 strikes. Stubbs Gas and Oil, located at I-76 and Highway 39 in Wiggins. Don't delay. Get there today and see why convenience is Stubbs' middle name. Big curve ball by Alcala, and it stays outside. The count will even 2-2. Runner going and a good lead, and an easy stolen bag there by Frick. Pitch swung through and missed for a strikeout, though, on Zwetzig. So he's out number 1, but it is a stolen base. Runner moves up, and that'll bring up River Barton. 28 pitches just in that last inning for Alcala. Pitch delivered down low, and that's ball 1 to the number 9 batter, River Barton, who has grounded out to third base and then had an infield single his last time up. Here's a ball out to the shortstop. He tracks it down. Long throw is not in time. So the second infield hit of the game for River Barton. He hit it into the hole, and a long play for the shortstop. He can't get there. And so that'll put runners on the corners now. Frick was moving all the way. Runners at first and third, and David Mendez will come to the plate. Mendez is 1 for 3, but he's reached all 3 times. Reached on an error, singled, and reached on a fielder's choice. Hammers this ball sky high in foul territory. The left fielder can't see it. It's going to land out of play, but that left fielder had no idea where the ball was. If you look out, the sun is pretty much straight in his eyes. He's looking directly into the sun in left field. Mendez underneath that ball by a lot. If he flattens that out a little bit, that ball travels a long ways. Pitch delivered outside. Count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Morgan Federal Bank, keeping community banking simple and committed to their community. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Alcala out of the stretch, going to go to first base. Diving back in. River Barton safe. Runners off to their leads at the corners. David Mendez at the plate. This ball lined out into left field right over the third baseman. And River Barton rounding second. He's coming to third base. There's a play, but he's in there safe. And smart base running by Mendez. He advances to second on the throw to third base. So Barton goes all the way to third. It's an RBI single. RBI single for David Mendez, and then he moves up to second again on that throw. So now runners at second and third. Still just one out, and this ball hit hard out into left field. Catch is made, runner tagging, and runner going to score. Nice job. Billy Hernandez with a sacrifice RBI. River Barton comes around and scores run number 8. Mendez had to stay at second base. But with 2 down now, Mitchell Franco will come to the plate. Franco cuts through and misses for strike 1. Franco, 1 for 3 in the ball game, has an RBI single. Pitch floats up high, and the count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. David Mendez out to his lead at second base. 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. Mustangs lead at 8-0. Alcala paying a lot of attention to Mendez out there at second base. Curveball falls in there for a called strike. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. 2 down here in the top half of inning number 5. Mustangs lead at 8-0. Another curveball stays way up high. Count evens 2-2. Ehrlich Toyota East, whether you're in the market to purchase a newer pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East at 1209 Main Street in Fort Morgan will professionally fit you in the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Ehrlich Toyota East. Pitch delivered low, and the count goes full. So full count here. Runner out at second base is David Mendez. Mitchell Franco at the plate. Mustangs trying to tack on to their 8-0 lead. Pitch cut on, fouled at the plate. Franco just protecting there. That pitch was down pretty low, but he's able to fight it off and get another pitch. Good lead out there for Mendez. That pitch comes inside, and it's ball 4. Franco diving out of the way of it. Put runners on first and second, and that brings up Martins. Martins 1 for 3 in the ball game as well. Checking the signs out there at third base and digs in. Again, top half of inning number 5, the Mustangs lead at 8-0. Alcala for Skyview out of the stretch. This gets away from the catcher. He has no idea where it is. Mendez hustling around at third and looked, but Alcala was right at home plate covering. So the wild pitch puts 2 runners in scoring position now for James Martins. Also takes out the force situations. Alcala out of the stretch with the runners on second and third now. Fires home right on the knees, and the count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. Swung one and hit hard out into center field. Long run for the center fielder. This is going to score 2. Martins didn't stop at second base. He was thinking triple all the way. Here's the relay to third base, and he is under it. Triple for James Martins. He didn't even consider stopping at second base. So 2 RBIs, and a triple for James Martin. That's runs 9 and 10 for the Mustangs. Mustangs pouring it on now. Built up a 10-run lead. Wes Anderson coming to the plate for the fourth time in the ball game. Takes a look at ball one, and again, Anderson has reached all three times, but has yet to have an official at bat. Walked twice, been hit by a pitch. And he's going to get plunked again. It's his 4 at bats. Walked, beaned, walked, beaned. Ouch. I think he's hoping he doesn't get 6 at bats in the game. We may be looking at a pitching change here. Either way, there's going to be a discussion. Mustangs lead at 10-0. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back right after this here on Morgan County's B106. Jared Bohm steps to the plate and looks at a called strike. Alcala will continue. He's thrown 118 pitches in the ball game. There's a pitch down low, gets away from the catcher. And Martin's holding at third. Anderson does take second on the wild pitch. So 2 runners in scoring position, and now the count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th inning. The Mustangs lead at 10-0. There is strike 1. Excuse me, 2 strikes. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 the count. Getting to be a lot of ink on the scorecard here. The 1-2 pitch, and just outside. So the count evens 2-2. Bohm has reached on a fielder's choice, but he is 0 for 3 in the game. He'd love to drive home a couple here. Pitch again, just outside. And the count moves to full, 3-2. Big pitch on the way for both Jared Bohm and Alcala, the Skyview pitcher. Fastball delivered in, and that's ball 4. So that will bring Jacob Frick up for the second time in the inning. So 10 men have come to the plate for the Mustangs, and now here comes the pitching change. So we'll take a timeout for the pitching change. We're back after this. Mustangs lead at 10-0 in the top of the 5th here on Morgan County's B106. And welcome back. We've got a pitching change here at Skyview High School. And for Skyview, we've got number 15 on the hill. The only problem for me is I don't have a number 15 on the roster. So I'm not sure who that is throwing now. So I have an unnamed pitcher out there. See if we can get a name here in just a little bit. But looking at the situation right now in the top half of the 5th inning, the bases are loaded with Fort Morgan Mustangs. James Martins is at third base. At second is Wes Anderson. Jared Bohm at first. And Jacob Frick is coming up for the second time in the inning. He reached on an error to start this inning. That ball is a one-hopper in there for ball 1. Runners weren't going anywhere. Skyview pitcher out of the full windup, digs in, delivers away off the edge again, and the count moves 2-0. So top half of inning number 5, we reached that 10-run rule area here. Pitch delivered just off the edge, and the count goes 3-0. A walk means a run at this point. And there are 4 pitches and a walk. Jacob Frick gets the base on balls, and that does score a run. Martins comes around, and he is run number 11. So base is still full of Mustangs, and that brings up Tony Zwetzig. Skyview pitcher out of the full windup. The 58-foot fastball is ball number 1. Well, things have changed here in this ball game. We had a pretty good ball game earlier, but now Skyview's struggling. There's ball 2. Again, I don't have a number 15 on the roster, so I can't tell you who this is. That pitch delivered on the corner. There's called strike 1, 2-1 to Wetzig. Central Auto Parts for the rest. Prices and special offers on top quality parts and accessories. Visit Central Auto Parts, 10,001 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. There's ball 3. Skyview pitcher out of the full windup. The 3-1 on the way. Swung on. Chopper out to shortstop. Going to go the short way to second base, but the throw is wide and gets out into right field. Just when Skyview thought they were going to be able to get out of the inning, fielder's choice gets ugly. And that will end up scoring 2 more runs. Runs 12 and 13. Frick moves over to third base. Wetzig ends up at second. And that brings up River Barton. He chops on over third base side. Third baseman gobbles it up. The long toss is in time. Inning comes to a close. But a huge inning for the Fort Morgan Mustangs there. They are going to score 7 runs. And they'll lead this one by a score of 13-0, heading into the bottom of the 5th inning here on Morgan County's B106. And welcome back here to Skyview High School. The Fort Morgan Mustangs have put it on cruise control now. They're up 13-0 here as we go to the bottom half of inning number 5. And Yuli Hernandez is going to continue out there, see if he can finish this one out for Fort Morgan. For Skyview, it will be Esparza and then the top of the lineup. Looking at the numbers here, 39, only 48 pitches in the ball game for Yuli Hernandez. He delivers just outside for ball 1 to Esparza. This is only Esparza's second at bat of the ball game, and he hit a chopper back to Yuli Hernandez his last time. Pitch waved through and missed for strike 1. Premier Farm Credit is committed to serving those in production ag. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending. Whoa. This pitch got away from Hernandez. That was delivered behind Esparza for ball 2. Also need to tell you that pitching change that we had here in that last half inning brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Let State Farm Insurance offices of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance here for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call, 842-4555. 4555. Count even at 2-2, and pitch delivered outside for ball 3. So Yuli Hernandez runs the count full. Big curveball waved through and missed for strike 3. 4th strikeout of the ball game for Hernandez for out number 1. And that'll bring up Balderrama, the catcher. 1 for 2 in the ball game. Hammered a double out into left field his first at bat, and then popped up to short in the 2nd inning. Hernandez leaning down on that submarine pitch. He is nearly upside down when he's throwing that ball. Gets called strike 1. Hernandez out of the full windup. The 0-1. Stays inside, and the count evens. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hernandez brings it home again. This one stays inside again, and the count moves 2-1. Northern Colorado Title. You don't have to close on your house alone. Northern Colorado Title of 130 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan will provide you with a stress-free closing. Pitch on the way, and that hits inside again. 3-1. This one way off the edge, and that is ball 4. other than an intentional walk in the first inning. That's the first walk issued by Yuli Hernandez. Here in the fifth inning, though, that'll put a runner on base. Hernandez only had one clean inning in the fourth. Here's a pitch on the outside corner to the left-handed hitting Ortega. Strike one. Ortega sacrificed bunt in the first and struck out in the third. Hernandez checks the runner at first base. He dives back in safely. Fastball delivered up high. Count even on Ortega. One down, runner on first base. Mustangs again lead at 13-0. Big curveball that falls right in there. And the count moves 1-2. A 1-2 pitch on the way. One hops that in there off the shin guards of the catcher, Martins, and the runner will head down to second base. Martins kept it in front of him. He had the equipment out, just took kind of a funny hop, went back over on the first base side. And so that'll put runner on second base. The count will go full. Pitch just misses the inside corner. I guess it was 2-2 before. Now it's full. So the payoff pitch on the way from Yuli Hernandez. Swung on and fouled straight back and out of play. Count will remain full. Hernandez checks the runner at second base. He'll come home. Pitch fouled back off in the same spot again. The eighth pitch of the at-bat coming to Ortega, the third baseman. That one fouled again. He's trying to build up Yuli Hernandez's pitch count here. He'd only thrown 48 pitches in the first 4 innings. Runner out to his lead at second base. Hernandez checks him, comes home, and fouled off again. 4 foul balls here with 2 strikes. So this will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat. They're having to track down baseballs. Bijou T-Quest, one of our sponsors today. Letter jackets, T-shirts, and more. Stop by 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan for all your sports apparel at the Bijou T-Quest. Hernandez out of the stretch. This one hammered over on the right side in the hole between first and second. Runner rounding third base. Frick bobbles the ball, but now the runner will hold at third. So after all that, Ortega does get a single. And Balderrama moves to third base. Runners on first and third. There is no error because the runner was not moving past third. So that'll bring up Chavez now. This will be his third time to the plate. Both times previously, he has flied out to Becerra in center field. That pitch comes inside and grazes Chavez. Oh, that'll load him up now for the big boy. Pacheco will come to the plate. He was intentionally walked in the first inning, and then he singled in the third inning. Yuli Hernandez taking his time, getting his shoes tied. Equitable Savings and Loan is Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan in Fort Morgan and Brush. That's Equitable Savings and Loan. Hernandez out of the full windup. Hits outside for ball 1. Hernandez fires home. That one hits right on the knees, and the count will even. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners walk off to their leads. Hernandez brings it home, and that one is called on the knees as well. Big at bat here for Yuli Hernandez to try and get past Pacheco, the big cleanup hitter. Hernandez out of the full windup. Curveball, swung on down, hit down to the third baseman who bobbles. That's going to score 1, and finally tracked down by River Barton. Play at third base, runners in safe. Everybody's in safe. So that'll score 2. Pacheco, single with 2 RBIs. That's runs 1 and 2 of the ball game. Chavez goes to third, and Pacheco at second. And that'll bring up Villar, the left fielder. (13-2) the score. Big curveball. And there is strike 1. Scoreboard shows 13-3, but I don't see where that other run comes from. This ball hit out in center field. Becerra camps underneath it. He'll make the catch. Runner's tagging, and he will come across and score. So that's 2 down. Run number 3 comes across. And the runner at second base, Pacheco, can't go anywhere. The throw came back to second. So Isaac Martinez comes to the plate. 0 for 2 in the ball game. I have 13-3. Pitch delivered just off the edge for ball 1. The scoreboard shows 13-4. And that's important with the 10-run rule. Pitch waved through and missed for strike 1. Count evens up, a ball and a strike. Morgan Community College says don't let finances stand in your way of pursuing your college education. Visit MCC online at morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session that will help you on the right track and find out what options are available to help you. No matter what age you are at MCC, you can imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goal. Pitch delivered for a ball. Count moves 2-1. Check to the runner at second base, and he is out. They got him at second base. Picked off. Pacheco is picked off. Yeah. Well, they got the runner at second base. I show 13-3. Scoreboard shows 13-4. Okay, well, we play on. We'll go to the top half, inning number 6. Mustangs lead it 13-4. Again, out to pitch number 15 that I don't have on the roster, don't have anywhere. So leading things off here for the Mustangs here in the top half of inning number 6 will be, and I'm going to go back and get this all. Right, as we had 12 men come to the plate here in that 5th inning for the Mustangs. I got to do a little adjusting in my scorebook. Mendez will come up to lead things off here in the 6th inning. Colorado Plains Medical Center. Accidents or illness can strike at any time, day or night. When they do, every second counts. As a Level 3 Trauma Center, Colorado Plains Medical Center is ready to handle any kind of emergency. Colorado Plains Medical Center brings quality care to our community. We're ready to go here for the top half of inning number 6. Pitch is hammered by Mendez. That ball is long and deep. It's going to one-hop the fence. Mendez will hold up with a double, but he absolutely crushed that ball. Mendez has been on base all 5 times he has come to the plate. He's 3 for 5, reached on an error and a fielder's choice. Pretty good day for your leadoff man when he's on base all 5 times. So that brings up Yuli Hernandez. Hernandez calls time. Looking at Hernandez's numbers, he is 1 for 2 with a walk and a sac fly. Ducks out of the way at the last second, nearly got grazed by an inside pitch. Mustangs have a good lead here in the 6th inning. 13. I have 13-3. Scoreboard shows 13-4. Pitch delivered low. That's ball 2. Hernandez trying to help out his cause. Back in the 4th inning, he had a bases clearing double. Hernandez taking his time in the box, waits for the pitch. The runner's going, and they've got him. Nope, he beat it. Oh, the pitcher balked. Pitcher didn't step off the rubber, so it's a balk. So no stolen base for Mendez. So he's 90 feet away now. And the count remains 2-0 to Yuli Hernandez. This pitch delivered inside, and that's 3-0. Pretty tough. Yeah, I wish I had a name for number 15 here, but he doesn't show up on any of the rosters that we have access to. So I can't give you his name, but he's come in to relieve Alcala, and he struggled. He's struggled as well. That pitch somewhere in the vicinity, and the home plate umpire is going to call it. 3-1 the count now. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Mendez on third base. This pitch, fisted. It's going to one-hop in front of the second baseman. He'll score the run. It's bobbled by the first baseman, so that ends up being an error on the first baseman. The run will score, so that erases the RBI. So that's run number 14 now. And now we've got Charlie Rodriguez in. Rodriguez getting his first at bat of the day. Check the runner at first base, and he's back safely. Taking a look at Rodriguez's numbers. 0 for 6 so far this season. Chops one down to the second baseman. One play first base, they get the out there. Does advance the runner. So that's one out. Catcher James Martins will stand in there. He's 2 for 4 in the ball game. 2 RBIs, a single, and a triple. Out of the stretch, the pitch comes home, gets behind the catcher, and Yuli Hernandez will get down to third base. So the Mustangs have another runner 90 feet away. James Martin's at the plate with a 1-0 count. Willow Coffee and Tea and Smoothies, serving you the best coffees, lattes, and smoothies, now open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. to serve you better and and they're also ready to make your favorite specialty drink or offer a sweet treat. Stop by and see them at 921 Edison Street in Brush. That's Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies. Pitch delivered for a ball. The 2-0 pitch on the way to Martins. He has to duck out of the way of that or scoot out of the way of that, and that's ball 3. Martins digs back in. The Mustang catcher ready for the 3-0 pitch. Pitch delivered well outside, and there's another walk. They'll put runners on the corners, and that'll bring Wes Anderson to the plate. He's been to the plate 5 times. Walked, hit by a pitch, walked, hit by a pitch. 4 times. Now we're going to get another conversation at the mound here. Hometown Auto and Hardware, Brush's local Napa and Hardware, Hank and Small Engine Repair Shop. Stop by and let them help you today. That's 1305 Edison. Hometown Auto and Hardware. The discussion at the mound continues. Brush Grocery Carts. Stop, shop, and save with all your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment. 1302 West Edison Street in Brush. So if the cycle continues, Wes Anderson should draw another walk here. He awaits his first pitch. Runners on the corners. 1 down here in the top of the 6th inning. Brush up 14-4. Pitch delivered inside and low, ball 1. Anderson, the left-hander, ready to go again. Pitch fired home. Swung on and hammered foul, but he pulled it. Pulled it hard, and the count evens 1-1. I'll track down a new baseball. Get ready to go again. Runners are off to their leads at the corners. The pitch comes home. Pitch is high. They're going to check the runner at third base, and Julian Hernandez had to hustle back in. He barely beat the throw. Skyview catcher saw he had an opening, nearly made the play. Pitch comes home, and this one is outside. 3-1. 3-1 pitch on the way to Wes Anderson. Took a cut just because he needed to. Pitch really wasn't anywhere close to the zone, but he swings, and the count goes full. So full count, 1 down here, and runners on first and third. Mustangs lead at 14-4. Pitch swung on, fouled on the right side. See if Anderson can get the ball in play here. Runner's going. Pitch swung on, and that's a slow roller at third base. They're going to go to the plate. The ball gets away. The run scores. Runner heading to third base, and third baseman wasn't there to cover. So Anderson's going to reach on the fielder's choice. And the run will score. That's run number 15. And Martins moves over to third base. Do have a final from Thornton High School, the Brush Beet Diggers win that one by a final score of 9-1. And Jared Boehm just got plunked. And that'll load him up again. So the bases are juiced again, and Jacob Frick comes to the plate. Excuse me, that is not Frick, Edgar Soto. Edgar Soto going to get his first at bat of the game. Pitch delivered for a ball. Pitch called, strike one. Cattle even up 1 ball and 1 strike. The afternoon has gotten long here. See what Soto can do with the bases loaded. 1 down. And our pitcher, number 15, still struggling to find the strike zone. There's ball 2. Taking his time, the pitch finally comes home. Swung on and fouled straight back at us into the screen, so the count will even up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Mustangs have Martins at third base, Wes Anderson at second, Jared Boehm at first base, and Edgar Soto into the game now for his first plate appearance. Pitch delivered way outside, and the count goes full. Well, full count with 1 down here, top of the 6th. Mustangs are up by a score of 15-4. Pitch swung on and beats it out into left field. That's going to score a couple. Throw coming in is going to be cut off. And so that's a 2 RBI single for Edgar Soto. Martins comes in for run number 16. Anderson is run number 17. Boehm to second. Soto's at first. And second baseman Tony Zwetzig is at the plate. Still only 1 out here in the top of the 6th. 17-4. Pitch delivered way outside. The Skyview catcher, nice job to keep it out in front of him. Balderrama is earning his pay here this afternoon, working behind the plate. 1 hopper comes in, and another ball. 2-0 the count. Zwetzig is 0 for 3 with a walk, but he has reached 3 times. He's reached twice on a fielder's choice. Did score a run. This ball hammered out into left field. Left fielder camps under it, makes the catch. Runner was tagging. A runner did not tag, and so they tried to get the force back at second base, but couldn't do it. Zwetzig hammered that ball, but it is out number 2. So 2 down, runners at first and second. And River Barton, the left fielder, comes to the plate. Runners off their leads. Pitch comes home, delivered way outside. Runners are going to go. Well, at least the runner's going to head to third, so Boehm is going to take third base on a wild pitch. Soto stayed where he was at first. Barton is coming. This is his 5th time to the plate. He's 2 for 4 and 2 runs scored. Swings early on that one, and the count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. Barton is the 9th man to come to the plate here in the 6th inning. He swings, hits this one out into left field, but that's going to go foul. So the count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. 17-4. Out of the stretch, here comes the pitch. One hopper in there. And here comes Bohm. He's going to come around and score on the wild pitch. Soto moves down to second base, 18-4. This one has officially gotten ugly. Count is even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two and two, the count to River Barton. Edgar Soto into the game. He's out of second base now for Fort Morgan. Pitch comes home way high, and the count goes full. His pitch is ball 4, missed again, so another walk, and puts runners on first and second. This will bring David Mendez to the plate for the 6th time in 6 innings. This pitch way outside. Can he get past the catcher again? And Balderrama, in frustration, tosses the face mask. Second time Mendez has come to the plate in this inning. Third baseman comes over and chats with the pitcher, trying to get him settled down to at least get him something in, help him find his zone somewhere. Mendez did not get a plate appearance in the 3rd inning, but he's hit twice here in the 6th. Pitch delivered low, and that's ball 2. So out of the stretch, runners on second and third. Pitch nowhere close again, so it's 3-0. Mendez has done about all you can do in this game. Takes a look at a pitch inside ball 4. He's reached on an error, singled twice, got an RBI, got a double, reached on a fielder's choice. Now he's walked. And now we've got a conference coming up at the mound here. We'll take a timeout. We're back after this. You're listening to Mustang Baseball here on KPRB Brush Fort Morgan, Morgan County's B106. Well, the pitching change means Isaac Martinez will come in and pitch for Skyview. And I didn't even assemble the numbers there for our unnamed pitcher. It was a tough one. The score remains 18-4. Mustangs on top in this one. Here we are in the top half of inning number 6. Mustangs right now have runners, or have the bases loaded. They've got Edgar Soto at third base, River Barton's at second, David Mendez at first, and Yuli Hernandez is going to be coming to the plate here. He'll have a chance to bat here as soon as the warm-up pitches are done. Valley View Villa, one of our sponsors today. Look to the team in Valley View for rehab, short-term, or long-term care needs. Stop by 815 Fremont or call them today, 867-8261. 867-8261, the phone number there. And B&B Appliance, one of our sponsors at 502 Ensign in Fort Morgan. They can help you save water, energy, and the environment without sacrificing quality and performance. Change for the better with B&B Appliance. Yuli Hernandez steps into the right-handed batter's box with the bases juiced. Takes a cut, hits it out towards shortstop, ball knocked down, only plays first base, long throw. Nope, not going to get it. Going to be an infield hit for Yuli Hernandez. And that'll score one more run. 19 runs for the Mustangs here in this one. And this is Rodriguez coming up for the second time here in the inning. Base is still loaded. There are 2 outs. Little curve on that one, and that is strike one. Rodriguez grounded out to shortstop for the first out of this inning. Another slider, and runners are all going to hold. That got away from the catcher. So the count leaving up 1 ball, 1 strike. With the lead at this point for the Fort Morgan Mustangs, they are slowing down on the base paths. Not going to be heading on pass balls, looks like. Pitch by Martinez. That one hits down low, and the count moves 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch. Again, that hits low, gets away from the catcher, but the runners are not going anywhere. Count moves to 3-1. Balderrama, the catcher, looks exhausted back there. He has had a long afternoon behind the dish. The 3-1 swung on, slow chopper, but it's going to foul on the third base side. So the count will go full. Two down, top of the 6th inning. Mustangs lead this one 19-4. Swung on, hit over to third baseman, gobbles it up. A long toss. First baseman had no idea where the ball was. Couldn't scoop it out. The throw was a little bit low, but the first baseman didn't look like he even saw where it was. So an error on the first baseman. And run number 20 will come across for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. That'll be the catcher, James Martins. This pitch swung on and hit high into shallow left field. The left fielder looking into the sun has no idea where the ball is. Nothing can go right for Skyview at this point. He had no idea where that ball was. It landed about 15 feet off to his left. Another run comes across. That is run number 21. Wes Anderson is up. Bases remain loaded. Takes a look at the ball. 0 for 1 in 5 plate appearances. There's called strike 1. Count evens up, a ball and a strike. Walk hit by pitch, walk hit by pitch. Fielder's choice. Big swing by Anderson, and it comes up empty for strike 2. The 1-2 on the way. Swung through and missed for strike 3, and the inning mercifully comes to a close. 21 runs across for the Mustangs in this ball game. We'll come back with the bottom of the 6th inning back after this on Morgan County's B106. And welcome back here to Skyview High School. The Fort Morgan Mustangs dominating this one. 21-4 is the score right now. And to try and close this game out will be David Mendez. He'll come in to pitch the 6th, so we can put the final book on for all right, I found my scoring error. Our leadoff man scored in the first inning, so it is 22-4. So David Mendez coming in to close it out, try and put the final book on. Trying to put the final book on Yuli Hernandez. And he gives up 4 runs on 6 hits. There were no Mustang errors. And 1 runner left on during his time on the hill. So Here comes Mendez to try and finish it off. Throws the fastball that goes in tight to Martinez for ball one. Mendez brings home the heat. That's fouled straight back, and the count will even up 1 ball and 1 strike. Mendez out of the full windup. This ball popped up, may stay inside the yard in foul territory. Martin's underneath it. Excuse me, that is Yuli Hernandez behind the plate, and he makes the catch. So that's foul out for the first out of the 6th inning. And up next is number 15, the unnamed player in the Alcala spot. He takes a look at strike one. Fastball comes in high and tight, chases him out, and the count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. And 15 stuck his elbow out, takes the hit by a pitch. Umpire wasn't terribly picky on that. Maybe could have called that intentional. But a runner on first now, and that brings up Beltran, the center fielder. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game, a single and a strikeout. Mendez out of the stretch. Swung on, fouled over on the right side. That'll make it out of play. 5 innings of work for Yuli Hernandez in line for the win. Here, a no-save opportunity for Mendez. Just getting an inning of work. Nice curveball bites in for a strike. And the count quickly, 0-2. Mendez shakes off a couple of signs. Checks the runner at first base, peers over his shoulder, and he's coming home. Way outside, and the count moves the ball in 2 strikes. Whoops. Trying to catch the runner. The runner was heading to second on steal, and the throw gets out into center field. So stolen base and an error on Hernandez, the catcher. So that'll put a runner over at third base. Count moves the ball in 2 strikes. Called strike 3 on the outside corner for 2 down. Esparza, the number 9 batter in the order for Skyview, steps in there. Mendez will work out of the full windup. Swung through and missed for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch, nice curve, falls in for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the corner. And that'll do it. And we can wrap this one up here. The Mustangs win. Final score is 21-4. We'll take a timeout, come back and wrap it up back after this on Morgan County's B106. And welcome back for a final wrap-up here at Skyview High School. The Mustang postgame show brought to you by High Plains Bank in Wiggins. The friendly staff at High Plains Bank in Wiggins is ready to assist you with a home loan, equity line of credit, commercial loan, or checking account. To receive hometown service on Higher Plains, visit High Plains Bank today. Well, the Fort Morgan Mustangs continue the undefeated streak here in 2013, get their 11th win of the year here at Skyview High School. Final score 21-4, and I did get that scoring wrong. There was a run in the first inning, so the game did properly continue on. So 21-4, the final score. Yuli Hernandez, the win. He gives up 6 hits, 4 earned runs. He did strike out 4 in the ball game as well. And taking a look at some of the offensive statistics, how about David Mendez at the plate? He 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times he came to the plate, and he reached all 6 times in the ball game. So again, Fort Morgan Mustangs win this one. Final score is 21-4. Taking a look at what's up next for the Fort Morgan Mustangs, they are going to be at Vista Peak Prep in Aurora coming up on Wednesday, and then play them also the 12th at Fort Morgan. So that's what's up next for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. I want to say thanks for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors, and have a pleasant evening. I'm Jeremy Weathers here on Morgan County's B106.